Even though we know that Boruto and Kawaki will fight again after the time skip, I do also believe that they will team up with each other as well. Now look, we know Boruto and Kawaki ain't exactly on the best terms now considering everything that's went on between the two. From Kawaki sealing away Boruto's parents to even switching lives due to Ada's powers. But I do think they'll have to put aside their issues for something greater than them. I think one of the problems that will force Kawaki and Boruto to team back up again will be Code and the Ten-Tailed Soldiers. Look, we all know Code has been embarrassed time and time again, but I think it's part of a long game plan that Kishimoto is cooking up for Code. Instead of a villain that's just flat out a problem at first, and the heroes have to come back stronger to beat the villain, it's the exact opposite with Code. He's a guy that's been beaten constantly and has been sent away, but that's what makes him so different. That's what makes him so unique. Code is going away for a period of time to gather himself together. He's going to strategize. He's got his limiters off, so there's nothing holding him back. And he's forming a Ten-Tailed Soldier army. Besides a few panels here and there showing Code and his army still forming, he hasn't been featured in the main story like that recently. We also know that from the most recent chapter that Code has been affected by Ada's charm, even though he's in another dimension. We know that he thinks Boruto is the one who took everything from him, like Jigen, Ada, all that other stuff, instead of Kawaki, which is interesting. It also means that he'll probably want to feed Kawaki to the Ten-Tails instead of Boruto as well, which that in itself is a whole other conflict which can be dissected in a whole nother video. It's very important to note that we currently don't know what a No Limiters Code fight will look like between him and Boruto or him and Kawaki. We know what the fight looked like beforehand when he still had his limiters on, but now that he doesn't have it anymore, it's a possibility that they all might be on par or Code might be slightly stronger or slightly weaker. Also take into the fact that Damon beat all three of them, so it at least puts them in the same category level of strength, which is under Damon, who's currently the strongest in the verse right now. Look, everyone is supposedly, well, not supposedly, but it's more likely a fact that they're all going to get stronger after the time skip. So I assume that Code will also get stronger post time skip because I can't imagine that he'll just remain the same, and especially since he has a lot to prove at this point. For Boruto and Kawaki, we know that those two are going to get stronger. We know that they have their own goals and things that they want to accomplish. However, what if their plans are put on halt because of a new, stronger Code and thousands of Ten-Tailed soldiers are now creating chaos for everyone? Also, the Ten-Tails army has Code's claw marks all over them and they can use them swiftly, which is another problem on top of that because of the travel. Code can use the claw marks to travel between soldier to soldier, and from what we've seen in the manga beforehand, the soldiers can travel using the claw marks on each of them. So, as you can see from the reasons mentioned earlier and how it all may play into the story later on in the Boruto franchise, and of course this is a huge possibility that I don't think is too crazy, but Code is going to be the dark horse that will have an amazing comeback and will force the two main characters to come back together to team up for someone that they both don't like. Who knows, Code could be the big test to help them realize that they're better as a team than separate before the eventual arrival of another Otsutsuki that we'll more likely see in the coming future, whether it's Shibai or someone else, but that itself is for a whole nother video. Let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about Code's eventual return? Do you think Boruto and Kawaki will team up for him, or do you think they'll deal with him in another way? Thanks, and have a great day, guys.